All right, I think we are live. Are we live?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, we're live. I don't know, guys. OBS is causing me a major headache today, so not the regular format that we've got. The new improved format will be back hopefully next week if I can get OBS working again. So today you'll just have to look at the ugly kind of Skype chat window. It's kind of the best I can do on short notice. Unfortunately, I can't really start setting up OBS until everybody's in the call. So depending on how long that takes is how long I have to actually get OBS up and running. And I'm not that familiar with OBS, so it takes me a little while. So
it sounds like the last two letters there what matters the most. A lot of BS that you.
Yeah, man. OBS is not my favorite piece of software in the world. It only runs correctly on Windows and runs correctly.
Is a shaky term.
Yeah, it is shaky. I'm getting better at it as I go, but I still got a lot to learn. So how's it going, everybody? How are you guys doing today?
Very good.
Oh, man, feeling good. The timer is counting down.
For the division or for vacation?
For vacation. That is my division from this life.
So where are you going on vacation?
I'll be going to the Bahamas.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, I'll spend my birthday out at sea with my wife, eating good food and dancing and, playing games in the casino and wasting money.
Is it like a cruise?
Yeah.
Nice. I've never been on a cruise.
I'll let you know in 2 weeks what it's like. But my family, my dad goes every year. My brothers go, 2 times a year. And I've never gone. Yeah, I've never gone on one. And so this is something that I've been wanting to do. And I've never even flown on a plane. So this is a really big deal for me.
So you got to fly on the plane to get there. Does it depart from Florida or the Bahamas? And then you sail to the Bahamas?
Yep.
Nice. How long is the cruise?
It's a 5-day cruise.
Nice. Is it like all inclusive? Like
everything's inclusive.
Nice.
Everything but alcohol, everything but drinks and I believe candy. But I want to take a
And you don't drink anyway, but you're going to spend a shitload on candy, I bet.
He's a candy man. Remember?
He is Candica.
No, look, I will spend money on drinks. You guys forget my wife drinks, and I always have a good time when she does.
Yeah. I can't stand hanging around with drunk people when I'm just sober. It's like the worst.
I've had plenty of drunk days in the past, so I could probably just ad-lib it. They'd think I was just drunk as them. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. Unfortunately, like I said, I won't be here next week, but I'm sure you guys will keep the ship a-sail.
We'll do our best.
We'll do our best, but we'll be missing you.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
So what have you guys been playing, man? What's everybody been up to this week?
Since I've already started yapping, let me continue on with the yap. I told you guys, I believe last week, that I upgraded my PS4 and Kate's PS4 to 2 terabytes. So I've been downloading like crazy, trying to download all my games, the PS Plus stuff, all the big games that you don't normally have. I even downloaded The Order 1886 for no reason. So
for real,
I'll let you know.
No reason for that.
And so I've been kind of going back through my back catalog, playing some games I really spent very little time on, trying some new stuff. This week I've been playing some Outlast, which is a game I probably spent an hour on previously when I first got my PS4. It's an incredibly scary game. I'm sure a lot of you guys have played that. I got Rainbow Six Siege and played just a few matches of that with my wife, and I've been enjoying that. To me, it's a pretty good multiplayer experience. Nothing special. I've also been playing the original Resident Evil remake on PS4. That's another game that I wanted to get into. Resident Evil, the original, was one of my pivotal survival horror games. I've been playing Sakura Samurai on my 3DS. We went over and watched a UFC fight last night at our brother's house. I spent about 2 hours playing that. It's on 3DS, and it's the way that they implement the 3D in this game is totally amazing. I mean, for a person who normally doesn't see 3D, I had family and friends who were looking like, holy crap, how are they doing this? It's a really fun game. I've been playing some Street Fighter V, and I'm going to be doing a review of that probably before I go on my vacation. And played one of the greats, my good friend Sid Kid, yesterday, and he whooped my ass exactly the way I thought he would. I played some Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U. I bought that game 2 weeks ago. I finally had a chance to play it Friday morning. And that game is just as good as it was when it first came out. One of my favorite games, my game of the year 2014. And Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. I'm 3 hours in on that game, and I don't think I've played anything like that this year. It's a totally different type of experience. It is a premium gaming experience. It is not like anything else. The production value, the characters, the voice acting, the way that they've implemented the camera, all this stuff seems like you're watching a AAA blockbuster film that you actually get to play, and I'm really excited. I was playing that in front of Kate. She's never been into Metal Gear. I think she played the one on PSP briefly. But when she saw like the first 30 or 40 minutes, she started downloading her PS4 immediately. So that's what I've been playing. I haven't gotten, too deep into these games. Kind of went to go back and play some of my back catalog. I'll probably doing a lot of that this week. And that's been my week in gaming.
Nice.
That's a big week.
Yeah, it's going to get even worse now. I got all these games downloading now.
You gonna bring any games on your vacation with you?
See, I wanted to bring my laptop, right? And Kate was like, well, from all the stories I hear, the Wi-Fi is horrible on the ship. And she was like, we got a safe in our room. You're going to have to hide your stuff. So I'll probably just end up taking either my 3DS or my Vita. You guys let me know in the comments what I should take, the 3DS or the Vita. Of course, I'll have my phone.
Ooh,
And
that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I got some really good games on both. So I will do what you guys say in the comments. Which one do I take?
If one goes overboard, which one do you prefer to lose? If in case anything,
That's a horrible question.
That's a good way to put it.
it's like, is it okay since you have like 10 3DS? It's like,
This is the new 3DS. And I really don't
New
want to lose it
3DS or the new 3DS? We need to
It's-
clarify this.
It's
Wait,
the
your
new,
new personally 3DS or the new 3DS?
both.
Because I kind of feel like my new 3DS is a little bit newer than your new 3DS.
How
Yeah.
new is your new 3DS?
3 months.
all right,
No,
let's
mine
put it
is-
this way.
mine is
Does
only
it have
2
a
weeks.
stub? Does it have a stub?
Mine is only
Yes or
2
no?
weeks. Man.
Oh, so
mine
that's
is
the new through
new.
3DS.
Yeah, you got the
It's the
newer new
newest of the
3DS. Okay,
Okay,
got it.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Don't
so
name
it's
shit like that,
brand
Nintendo.
new.
Stop it.
Yes. So I'll let the guys in the comments tell me which piece of hardware to take with me.
All right.
What have you guys been playing?
Not too dirty. What have you been playing?
You know what? I just been playing a little bit of Blade and Soul and Super Hot. So it's the same games I played last week. I really like that game, Super Hot, though. This is a fun game, man. Just little things like it's so challenging, but like little things like there would be a guy that has like a sword or something like that, a katana, and he comes chasing you, and you could throw something at him, and as soon as he drops his weapon, you could catch a weapon in the air and then cut him with it. So it's like little different things that you could do, which is a lot of fun. So,
Have you gotten to the endless mode of that yet?
no, I want to see what's going to happen with this because, like, first of all, I'm not the best at this game. I'll tell you that right now because in the beginning, you're so used to, like, most games, you're used to just running out there and shooting things quickly. The whole point of the game is not to be that quick. Like, you're supposed to, not make your move till you know exactly where you're going to go next. So, like, because the minute you move, the bullets move again. Everything happens when you move. So, like, if you stop, everything freezes. So even if they shot a bullet at you, it's not going to hit you until you decide where you're going to go. So you could dodge things just like that. So that it's kind of unique in a way that you have to, like, reverse. Like, you're trying to take your time and decide where you're going to go before you actually do it. And I think that's pretty cool. So
That is such an interesting gaming mechanic. I've never heard of anything like that. I love it. There's a game that came out on PlayStation 3. I don't know if it came out on Xbox 360 years ago called Time Shift. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was a game where you were a first-person. It was a first-person shooter, and you actually had the ability to stop time, slow down time, rewind time mid-combat. So you'd be running. You could freeze time. You could run up on somebody and put a grenade on them. Then you could run away and continue with time, and they'd be like, "Holy shit!" They look down. There'd be a bomb on them. Then they explode. I love the time mechanics, and that sounds like something I definitely want to play. Now, last week you were saying something about the potential of this maybe coming to console. You think that still might happen?
Well, it's on Xbox Ones from what I heard. Like, it was supposed to be there. I don't know if it came out yet or not. I still haven't got that confirmed, but it does say Xbox One everywhere. Everyone I know is playing on PC or Mac. Well, one person I know playing on Mac. Everyone else is playing on PC. But
Mac, what's that again?
Holy shit!
The best gaming platform in the universe.
I
Yeah,
highly doubt that, Briar.
that's Briar talking.
It is, Robbie.
Holy shit!
The voice of God just came out of nowhere and smacked me down.
that's definitely not the voice of God. Just like,
God, that's something else.
but
Shit, I shouldn't say that anymore.
the next thing I've been working on like this whole week was I'm trying to improve both channels. Like, I'm trying to improve Twitch and YouTube. So I'm working on audio right now. I got certain things for like video. I got little snippets and stuff like that. But really, the audio is the main thing that I always wanted to improve. I never did. So I got like a new microphone right now, which I'll show you guys a video about. But it's Audio Technica, Audio Technica 235. Sorry, I can't even talk about it. But Audio Technica is the one I have, all right? But
Is that a USB mic? That's the one I see in the picture right now, the black one?
2035 XLR.
It's XLR.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like I got the Yeti right when it came here, and it's a Blue Yeti Pro Blackout Edition. I got it. It looks cool, but it's just huge. And yeah, to me, I don't know. It's something about it just turned me off about it, and I just like.
Is it because it's big and it's black and it's shaped like a phallus?
That could have been it.
When you put it like that.
When you put it like that, I should have never bought it. But no, but like I had a whole bunch of gear. I wanted to do XLR and everything. And I figured let's go all out and see what I could do with audio. I also have a condenser, for the preamp, and then I also have the focus light, which is, it'll go to USB that connects it to the PC in the first place. So there's a lot of different things you could do. The thing that I got right now, I can actually put gain and control with equalizer exactly the way it sounds before it even goes into the computer. So it helps me, like, when I finally edit and stuff like that, I don't have to worry about the sound at the end. And I think that's what my goal was, to make sure everything sounds good going into the computer. Then at the end, it's a lot easier to edit. Because editing sound it's not that bad, but the problem is when you edit sound, you sort of dim the sound and you don't really get like the lows anymore and stuff like that. I want to improve it. That's the reason why I'm doing it. So I figured that this mic will help me out a little bit more than the Blue Yeti.
Doing it through software is really hard to do live too.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you can, the XLR option is kind of, I would say, like the next step up. Once you've done the USB option for a while and you want to make the next step, the XLR option is the next step, but it's way more expensive and way more complicated. Like it really is. Like getting that mixing board going, learning how to use it. The Focusrite. The Focusrite actually isn't too hard to use, right?
Yeah, the Focusrite's easy because that's why it's able to set this up in 10 minutes. To be honest with you, it can sound way better once I tweak it out because, like I said, I have the preamp and everything. So that's what I have to configure first, and that's going to take a while to adjust it properly. But the Focusrite, it's very simple. That I really can't believe how easy that device is. The only thing you have to do is make sure you download the driver real quick. And it's literally, like I said, it took me 10 minutes in total to do it. So it took me like 2 minutes to download a driver and use it. So it's real simple to do. So
yeah, it's a nice. It sounds good too. Like I can definitely tell the difference in your voice going from last week to this week. That's a nice sounding microphone.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'm very shocked about but we'll see what the next step is for Not Too Nerdy channel. We'll see.
There's always a next step, isn't there?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to stream and Twitch more, and I figured that I want to improve the audio to do that because, like, I know my upload and everything, like speed wise and streaming wise it's really like it's not that bad at all, so I can stream easily. So I just need something now with audio. That's what I'm worried about. So
we'll have to stream some Division together.
Yeah, man, that would be awesome. I was gonna get a PC, but I think we get both. I'm just gonna get a PC just for P versus P probably to play other people. But I think I'm really gonna focus on P versus E and P versus P with you guys on PS4.
PS4.
Yeah, I'll get both.
Speaking of streaming, I saw your live stream over last week. I believe it was Friday. Briar Rabbit, and unfortunately I was at work, so I couldn't watch too much of it. And I was really getting into it. And Destiny is something I don't really play anymore. And I could see that your audience, the people who were in the room watching, were really into it. That's something that I actually want to get into and probably take the bull by the horn, so to speak. But being someone who isn't really that knowledgeable when it comes to streaming and Twitch, I'm probably going to take some tutorials from you two guys. And talking to you and Mr. Not Too Nerdy Entertainment.
I think we could all start streaming together. I think that would be absolutely awesome. Like, especially when the Division comes out, we get on that, stream together. That would be super cool. I'm thinking about getting into Twitch too. I've been the last couple weeks.
I think OBS right now, since it's free, you guys practice OBS.
Fuck OBS.
It's a pain. Yeah,
it's not that bad. It's buggy. It's buggy, but like there's so many shortcuts and things to make it easier. OBS, I've been learning a lot that like you could do. It's just that one thing goes bad you like panic, you don't know what else to do because then if you do something else, like something else will go bad.
Right, fuck something else up.
It collapses. Like it'll collapse on you.
Yeah, I regularly have issues with OBS, and it takes me because the settings don't necessarily use what I would call common language, right? Is that they don't necessarily say what they do. So a lot of the time, you're looking to fix something or to change something that isn't named what you think it should be. And like audio settings are in like 5 different places for settings.
Yeah.
You know, more, I think, actually, because depending on the device you're using, it could be anywhere. And then if, you know, even changing your desktop volume can mess it up, you know? So it's like, there's so much weird shit going on. That's one of the reasons I actually switched to a mixing board, Not Too Dirty, is because I tried to get as much out of my computer's hands into that mixing board and then just do the mix on the mixing board and have it go to the Focusrite and have all that audio just coming in from there. So like my microphone, my game audio, sound effects, like all of that stuff, I try and just get it out of the hands of OBS because I find OBS to be stunningly obtuse.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm doing this too. I don't want OBS to handle that, but the cool features I've been using OBS more scenes, like scene switching from going from one to next, and I just have it all hotkeys. So like different things, like if for example, I have another, like I'll switch. So if I want to go real quick from, it's picture in picture for when you're doing a walkthrough or something, you're on like the corner of like the gameplay. I can switch it so that I'm large and then the gameplay is in the background in case I want to say something, go back and forth. Like little things like that you set up pre-hand that you could just right away just switch to, which is really nice features, and that's more things that not everyone does. You really don't need it, but once you learn more about OBS, you'll see there's so many different features that are hidden. And when I say hidden, it's because no one freaking explains it. That's why.
No kidding.
Most things you can go on YouTube and do like a search, right? Like, you want to change the oil in a 92 Toyota pickup truck? Go on YouTube, search that shit up. You got step-by-step instructions, no problem. Go search something about OBS on YouTube. You got a 9-year-old kid half explaining how this doesn't work. From 6 years ago.
I think because like no one really feels 100% confident OBS. Maybe that's the reason.
People
why.
who do, I don't think want to share that knowledge.
I mean, it sure beats though paying for the competition, even though it's way better. What's the other one called? The main one. XSplit, yeah. XSplit just more money, and it's like you just pay for it, and OBS is the free version of XSplit, so that's why you don't get all the features XSplit has. It's not as easy as XSplit, so
it's not as easy. I think you get a lot of features out of it though. OBS has a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of stuff, and it's free, so you really. Well, you can complain when it's free, but I'm just saying you shouldn't.
It costs. It costs mentally. There is a mental payment that you have to pay every time you open up OBS software. I just did a Windows 10 upgrade this weekend. I finally upgraded from Windows 8 to Windows 10. And when OBS worked, when I booted it back up, I was shocked. I was like, it works!
Literally, there's no difference between a lot of the features for like Windows 8 and 10. They just improved it way better. So like everything that worked on 8, it's going to work on 10 without a doubt. It's just that it just works better. Like so that's the only difference I noticed. So speed-wise too. So
yeah, they got rid of that like other desktop too. So now it feels
the Metro freaking stupid thing.
That was weird to me that they had like 2 different desktops on your computer.
Yeah.
All right, that concludes our OBS bitch session for the week. Maybe. We might come back to it. I don't know. Robbie, what have you been doing this week?
So this week I've been playing a couple of games. I've been playing the Uncharted 4 beta while it's been open because that multiplayer is awesome, and I really, really enjoy it. I've also been playing Far Cry Primal because I'm still enjoying that game. Some of the missions are kind of repetitive, but overall I think the game is still very good. And I've also been playing Guitar Hero Live because it's very fun to check out the new music every week and see what's going on with that and what they've added in. And they've added a lot of really good classic songs, and I'm really enjoying it.
What's classic for someone your age, Robbie?
Things like Rush, things like Queen, things like Def Leppard. They've added some Def Leppard songs, which I really like. Like
I
just
thought you were
old
going to say
music.
Little Bow Wow or something. All right, good stuff.
Shut up.
Like Corn. Classics.
There's a couple corn. No, there's a couple corn songs too, but yeah.
Got some Green Day classics on there. All right.
Green Day classics.
Okay, that's
Dude, they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Green Day is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been around that long that they could get in there. I find that to be somewhat impressive because they're still touring.
You guys feel old now?
No, fuck you.
I'm hanging up on Robbie. That's it. That's the last straw. Robbie's done.
Now, Robbie, that's something I didn't mention. I actually spent quite a bit of time over the weekend playing the Uncharted 4 beta myself. We played it a lot last night. I went to the fight last night, didn't go to bed until 4:30 last night, well, this morning. And that's what Kate and I was playing. And we found quite a few issues as far as the network compared to the initial closed beta. Did you find those issues adding party members or doing things like that? Sometimes your loadout would disappear, your custom
Yeah, I remember in the
loadout.
closed beta there were some bugs, like there was networking issues and stuff like that. This beta, I haven't really had any connection problems. I mean, it's been pretty smooth. Occasionally there will be like the little symbol that comes up that says, it's been disconnected for a sec, but for the most part, like it's been smooth. The netcode feels good. The hit detection is on point. I mean, I really like this multiplayer a lot.
Are you excited? Let me just say, the Uncharted 4 multiplayer is some of the best multiplayer out there. They
Really?
introduced a new stage. Yes, I love it. It is so
Uncharted
good.
2, I think, but
It is really, really good, and it's something different now. In this new open beta, they introduced a new stage. These levels are huge and very, very open and expansive. There's tons of things you can do, multiple ways to kill enemies. I just love this game, and
Yeah,
I'm really
Rooftops
excited
is a
about
good
it.
map. Really like
I'm
the new
really
one.
excited about this primarily because the single player is really the draw for the Uncharted series. And knowing that the multiplayer is this good yet again, because The Last of Us is, for me, one of the best single player experiences of my lifetime. And on top of that, one of the best multiplayers for me personally. And it feels like they did the same thing again. I'm super, super stoked for this game. I can't wait.
yeah, I think that Uncharted always had pretty good multiplayer. I think Uncharted 3 wasn't that great. They went down a little bit. Uncharted 2 was one of the best third-person shooter multiplayers the PlayStation had. Like, that's why a lot of people noticed that. A lot of people like Uncharted 2 multiplayer. So that's why I meant, like, it's been since then. Uncharted 2 was there. Uncharted 3 it went down a little bit with the connectivity, and there's some issues with it. But this one right here seems like they took some features from The Last of Us and they added it into
Yep.
Uncharted. So
And
I
it
think
works.
that's
They did.
yeah, and it works. It works well.
It works so good.
Yeah, it changes up the gameplay. So I think at first people are scared because you have all these special abilities and powers or whatever.
It makes so much sense, though.
But yeah, but it actually blends in well in the game. It's not too OP'd and it's not too bad at all. It actually blends in pretty well with the game. So I'm actually happy with that game so far.
Now, I wanted to, before you get into what you've been playing, Briar, let you know that I've been playing a little bit of DayZ too. We spent 3 hours, I believe, this week, Kate and I playing that game. We joined the same server together. We finally figured out how to add a friend because Steam is very strange for me. And we spent 3 hours in the same lobby and we were unable to find each other. That's how big and crazy this world was, but she actually fell in love with it. I've always liked DayZ, especially now on this PC. It really looks great. I can play it on the highest settings. But we stayed in that world. We ran around. We scavenged and looted and killed a few zombies and hid some stuff in some cupboards, and we fell in love with that game. And she actually asked me this morning, could we play it again tonight? I don't know if we're going to do it tonight, but I just want to let you know, because I know that you think it's a very graphically, it's not that great. But when you turn those settings up, it actually does look pretty
I've
phenomenal.
played it, and it's a cool game. But I really only find that I enjoy it when I'm playing it with people, and it's because I'm playing it with that person and we're having fun. I could be playing any game. The game itself, like I get it, like it's you run around, you can be half naked, you can rob other people, like I get
Motorcycle
all
helmet.
that stuff, but there's not enough game there for me.
Yeah.
And that's we've been hearing a lot about No Man's Sky. They had like that 30-minute developer preview. And that is my biggest fear with that game. That game looks so freaking cool, man, and I'm so scared that there's just not going to be enough game there for me.
Hey, basically, that look on your face when you finally added a friend on Steam. I just wish I was. He's like,
Yes, I was very, very excited. Yeah. We had to Google it. She was on her PC. I was on mine. We're like, this is bullshit. And probably about 20 minutes later, it said, you have been accepted as a friend. Holy shit. Couldn't believe it. Very, very good. Succeeded that day.
Briar?
All right. So last but definitely not least, the captain of the vessel, Mr. Briar Rabbit. What you been doing?
Dude, I haven't been playing anything. I've been on puppy patrol.
Hold on.
We got a new dog.
Holy
We got a
shit.
black Labrador puppy, and that has been the bulk of my free time, man. It's just
So
like
you've been
taking
playing
care of that puppy.
that VR poop scoop, huh? The new Oculus game, poop scoop.
Like it's
You
a
can
really
smell the
cute.
poop.
It's really cute to have a puppy, but I feel like when you have a puppy and then it grows into a dog and it becomes this awesome dog that you love and you're attached to and your whole family can, like grab and hold and hug. I feel like you forget what a pain in the ass puppies were. And that's the only thing that allows you to get another puppy.
Yeah.
Because
how
once
old
you
is your
have
dog?
that puppy, you don't want that puppy anymore.
So
But yeah,
how
I
old
mean,
is your
I've been playing a little Destiny, a little bit of, I'm sorry, Tomb
Dog
Raider
Simulator
still.
2016.
Yeah, I'm still playing Tomb Raider. It's just taking me forever to get through that game. I do like that game quite a bit, but it's just taking me forever to get through it. But, Destiny, that's it. Destiny and puppies.
Simulator.
Quick question: how old is your puppy?
It is now 9 weeks.
Wow, brand new.
Oh.
Black Labs and Chocolate Labs are some of my favorite dogs. They're
they're
beautiful,
cute,
beautiful
man.
dogs.
They're cute.
Quick question: I wanted to ask Mr. Robbie. Last week you were playing the new Far Cry Primal. Did you give up? Are you done with that game? Did you beat that game? Have you just stepped away to play with your guitar? What's been going on?
No, I'm still playing it, and I think at this point I'm probably gonna go. I don't know about 100%, but I'm gonna pretty much finish all the missions in the game because I've done most everything there is to do. I'm about 23 hours in, so I'm gonna keep going. Still
God,
enjoying it.
Briar, do you remember how? I know that you and Mr. Not Too Nerdy can remember and appreciate being Robbie's age because back when we were 12, we had all the time in the world to play all these games too.
Okay,
Do you
hang it
remember?
up.
Yeah, but I only had one game.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I had one game for Christmas, one game for your birthday.
Yeah, right. And we were 100%.
You played the shit out of it, no matter if it was good or bad. That's why I always wanted like the longest game I could get. I didn't care how good the game was. I just wanted it to be long.
That's the thing, those old games, though. They could be
All
45
right, you
minutes
guys done
short,
now?
but you played it over and over and over again now. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
totally.
That's the difference. Like, those games will last you hours, but in reality, if you played it without dying, they'll probably beat it like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you know?
Who remembers the Ninja Gaiden trilogy, man? That
I was big into Ninja Turtles when I was a kid.
Oh yes.
So my mother thought she was being awesome and got me Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like I think it was Turtles in Time. It was the arcade port for the SNES.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had played it in the arcade, and I beat it in the arcade. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh great, this is like a 20-minute game.
It really is.
Turtles, the original Turtles on the Nintendo was
That
one of the
game was
hardest
hard.
games I've ever played. It was one of those situations where the very first rage quit started to be, prevalent in the world. People were throwing controllers and smacking their mothers. That game beat the ass of
Not
millions
that
of
second
people.
one. Hold on.
It was
Hold
really
on.
I only beat it
So-
2 times in my life.
You beat
You're
it?
the,
Yes.
you're the fucking
Wow.
man.
Well, I farmed. Like, there's ways you could just keep going back in. You go out, go back in. You keep farming things, and I
Yeah.
learned that when I was younger. And I kept farming until I finally got enough, like weapons, enough health and stuff like that to finally go on the Technodrome and stuff like that.
Damn, you were that nerdy when you were little too?
And not too nerdy. Not
This nerd runs deep.
Slam the drums down.
I actually got that as a Christmas present. That game as a Christmas present, and I knew it was there. And I went into my mother's closet and I opened it from the bottom of the box and I pulled the cartridge out. And I'd been playing it for like 3 weeks leading up to Christmas. And then I had to open it on Christmas morning and be like, "Oh, fake surprise!"
Holy shit! No way.
Oh man, I
Can't
gotta
believe it.
check my kids, man. Make sure they're not doing that shit this year. Holy crap. Ah. All right, guys. So I guess we got a little bit of news to cover this week, huh?
Do we? I don't see any. Robbie, do we have news?
We got a little bit.
Don't do
We
that.
got some news. I'll go ahead and get us started. Wait a minute, I lost it.
Oh my
Heck, I
god.
can't hear you.
Can you hear
This
me?
is off the rails.
No, I'm just joking. The
You
first
guys see the
HoloLens
first-
development kit is now available for pre-order. Units will begin shipping in March, and it will cost $3,000. Holy
Yep.
crap!
This isn't for us.
No, it's not. It's for developers.
This is for people with serious money to just
Yeah.
blow.
Well,
This is
three K is nothing for a developer.
What? It's like,
Hold on.
wait, developing group or developing person? Like a person is just developing something.
Oh, well, I guess it all depends.
If it's a group now, what
Yeah,
person?
yeah, it's a group.
Yeah,
That-
right.
Yeah, right. But if it's just you trying to make a little game, you're pretty much fucked. You guys excited about VR at all? I mean, AR versus VR. Do you guys see them as kind of the same?
No, I don't see it as the same.
HoloLens looks pretty cool. Like I remember at E3 when they did the whole Minecraft thing. Like that looked really neat, and I feel like I'm more excited for VR though. Still, like I don't see why I'd go with HoloLens over something else because this is obviously going to cost a lot. Clearly, this is a development kit, so the final product's not going to cost $3,000. But it's like, I don't know. We're going to have to see that buy-in price and just see what kind of software is available for it.
I think that AR and VR have different pros and cons. Of course, with VR, you're creating a world for you to actually exist in, and everything there is from the imagination of a developer. But AR will actually change the visual aesthetic of what you. It'll make the recognizable unrecognizable. And so for me, that is kind of a draw for AR to be in a room that you're very familiar with, and maybe you might be playing a game where there's there might be a creature coming through a wall or a ceiling or a floor. And you're looking around, kind of anticipating that. So I think it does. It definitely has a draw. But I agree with you, Robbie. I'm definitely more into the virtual reality experience versus AR.
I think the AR portion of it, like a lot of people are like, oh, that's pretty cool because you don't have to wear the giant goggles. It's not gonna be the same thing, but we don't know the final specs could be because you have to keep in mind like it can't be as thin as like Google Glass, for example, because Google Glasses you saw where that turned out to be. Like not too many people accepted that anyway. So that's the thing. Like, do you need something like VR as a selling point to be like, oh, you need this because of you're going to get to be in a different world or whatever, and you are blocked off from what's really there, or do you want to see what's partially there and what's not? I feel like that's already now. Like, there's things there here that have the AR aspects already, and I don't see that being too successful as we speak. Like, that's not working right now. Like I said, Google Glass is a prime example of how it did not work too well at all. Like people thought it was be the next big thing, and no one really bought into it. Like literally, no one bought into Google Glass.
The PSP has AR cards. There's a lot of different things you can do with current hardware, and you're right. It's something.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I don't think is what they're going for with
Yeah.
HoloLens. Like AR could be awesome. Like imagine, imagine if Call of Duty and Google Maps integrated into an AR, so you could an AR game, so you could play Call of Duty in your backyard against your friends. Like real life Call of Duty. Like something like that.
Whoa.
Or
Yeah, that might give some kids some wrong
or
ideas.
you guys have heard about that Zombies Run app for iPhone?
Yeah.
Imagine that in AR. So now instead of not just hearing the zombies and like you could actually see zombies as you run, like and those zombies are catching you, so you gotta start
awesome.
sprinting.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, stuff like that. There's a real application for AR like gaming, but I think there's an even bigger application in like the business world, like architects like being able to visualize, go to a building site and visualize the building, from the ground level, like that kind of thing.
yeah.
I think there's
there's
big things for AR that aren't necessarily just gaming.
and when we're talking about the HoloLens in general, they also show that it does have functionality that you can actually create things in a 3D space and print them out on 3D printers. That was incredible to me. They created these little, I guess, helicopter type of machines, and they were in like 3D space. You could see them through the HoloLens technology, but they actually printed them out and they actually worked. That is bridging a huge gap between reality and virtual reality, creating something in your imagination, and then all of a sudden you're making it real. So I think that time will tell. We need to see what this thing is totally capable of. But every application that you just mentioned sounds incredibly awesome, especially the Zombie Run app. That could be, backed by Jenny Craig because you burned so many damn calories getting away from those zombies.
Yeah,
I think that,
Sponsorship.
like what Briar said, I think that would be definitely awesome, to see stuff like that you can move around and stuff like that. I just don't know yet. I have to see how Microsoft pulls it off because you got to look at, we're sort of limited still with power. How much how can you power these devices like that? Because that's the reason why Google Glass were limited in what they could do. And when they stretch out or they try to do certain things, and when they got it, it was simple, basic things that people didn't need. It was some cool features like, as you're driving, you can look through a Google Glass and you're just looking straight, and it can tell you direction. So you don't have to look down or GPS or anything. That's pretty cool. That's something that it's a cool feature.
It's practical, yeah.
You're limited to what they could do, and it sort of becomes like you're just looking at something in the corner of your eye, and it's really, it becomes like, are you focusing on what's in the corner of your eye, or you're focused on the road? And it's, that's the thing that they have to see. And they were not, it was limited to power too. How long a Google Glass lasted, how long they had to charge. It was, it's kind of limited to power, and I'm kind of curious how Microsoft goes about it in the future. So
I think they're going with big power for this HoloLens development kit. I think that's one of the reasons it costs so much, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
There's a lot of, it basically comes with like a high-powered PC or something like that.
I'd have to say, I was going to say, does this come, do you have to run this off a powerful computer, or how is this going to work? Is it going to have an external power
with the
box?
development kit, I believe so.
Yeah. So that means you can't move with. So you don't think it's gonna be you can move with it?
Well, this is the development kit, though, right? So maybe the full retail product runs off a Windows Phone or something like that.
Or it may run off of its own breakout box, similar to what PlayStation's doing.
Yeah, and it sends a signal, and it's completely
little
wireless.
Xbox
Hopefully
they could do it real fashionable. Put it in a fanny pack, so you look like everybody else on the street.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
What?
First of all, I know I wore a fanny pack before. Come on, no one else did out there. You
I
guys
did.
fly.
I did too.
I
I don't even know what a fanny pack is. What?
Holy shit!
I used to keep my Walkman in it.
Oh my god, you guys are old.
I keep my wallet in that shit.
You guys are old.
Sweatpants and a fanny pack. Yes.
You used to do that like trips to like Six Flags or some amusement park. You wear like a little fanny pack.
Oh.
Yeah. Damn. We are old. Shut up, Robbie.
Yeah, you are.
Continuing on, guys.
All right.
I don't know if this is news that we really could use, but thank you anyway, Robbie.
Well,
Sony details PlayStation 4's next firmware update, version 3.50. A beta version will be available for those who sign up. You guys interested in signing up for a beta that'll possibly break your PS4?
This one I'm excited for because it has a hidden mode feature, so you can be playing your game but not be like the show is available to all your friends. It looks like you're offline mode.
I've wanted that so long.
Yeah, that's actually
Good
really
God,
cool.
especially for
Yeah.
YouTubers. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
There's actually some really cool features in this one that I think specifically like YouTubers and Twitch streamers are really gonna dig on.
Yeah.
Like there's just a few things that just are gonna make life difficult.
And finally,
or
it
make
tells you
life
when your
easier.
friends go on or offline. Why hasn't it done that until now? I don't know.
But I'm kind of happy that.
Thanks, PlayStation.
I mean, I'm happy to have people that could get, sign up for beta, but there's no way I'm ever doing betas for something that could just, like, if anything
break the
goes
system.
down. I mean, Robbie, if you want to test it out for all of us, you can, and just let us know. Just give us a report next week, and we'll definitely try it out after you.
Oh yeah, my
yeah.
PS4 is bricked. It's good to go. Try it. Yeah. Totally.
This has been kind of in the news a lot for the last week, guys. Microsoft has, quote, a lot to prove, end quote, when it comes to PC gaming, says head of Xbox, Phil Spencer. What do you guys think about this? They're making some big changes for Xbox. They're really trying to bridge this gap between PC gaming and Xbox gaming.
Yeah. A lot of
I
games
think
on
they're
both,
they're
too.
finally serious about this. They want to turn the Xbox and the PC into brothers in arms when it comes to gaming.
This was so crazy what he was talking about here, man. This is like, if you haven't read up on this, I don't think we can go into it as deep as it
Not
needs
as
to go
much as you
into.
probably want to. Yeah.
But he's talking about like a modular Xbox that you upgrade
Upgrading
like
the hardware.
year after
Upgradable
year.
Xbox.
You know, he's talking about stuff like that like from the head of the Xbox division, I don't know if I want to be hearing it.
Yeah. This is, I stated it last time when I talked about it. This is not looking too good. I know people are gonna be like, well, this is a great thing. Well, I'm not even getting to the upgrading part. I'm just talking about just the PC part alone. Now, there's other developers. One developer already came out, and they stated that they were not too happy about the fact that they're forcing people to, you have to sign up with Microsoft, you have to develop with, and it'll be sold on Microsoft site, and
On the
then it
Microsoft
has to go to
Store,
Xbox One. Yeah, Microsoft Store. This is not going to be the greatest thing because now they're going to try to compete against Steam. And I guarantee you right now with PC
going to end badly for
gamers,
them.
you're not going to win over Steam. And if you want to do that, like developers are going to go towards Steam because they know that's where the money is if you're going to create a PC game.
I'm okay if they want to compete with Steam. That's fine. I like competition. But if they are forcing developers to only release stuff on the Microsoft Store,
That's bad.
to take advantage of that like Xbox PC cross-platform kind of connectivity, that sucks.
Well, that's what it seems like now. As of right now, that's what it is. They said that you're developing on them, and it's every platform. So it's the phones, every platform, Microsoft. It's you could do the game will be for everything, which sounds great, right? For a developer first. But if you think about it, you're losing other PC people. And like I know a lot of people that would stay with Steam because now you're also, don't forget about the points and everything you had on Steam. Some people are nothing to do with Xbox, you know. Some people care about those gamer points, all those sales that Steam has and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They don't want to go over to Microsoft because Microsoft, not to mention, is going to pay full. You're going to charge full price. They may have sales on their own. But as we speak right now in the beginning, they're going to try to do full price.
Not a whole lot of stores on the Xbox Store. I look at the Xbox Live. Not a whole lot of sales going on there. It's not like Steam sales. That's for damn sure.
And not only that, guys, with the Xbox Store, like when you look at the Rise of the Tomb Raider for the Xbox Store, it doesn't support mods. You can only play it in windowed mode. There's a whole bunch of things that really drop it a few levels compared to the Steam versions on Steam. And unless Microsoft makes the Xbox Store more compatible or competitive with what Steam can do, especially in the modding community, it's going to fall flat.
Like even stuff like big picture mode on Steam, like there's stuff that you could connect to your TV and play if you're playing a PC game. Like I don't understand why you even need Microsoft in that sense. You could use the controller, Xbox controller already. You already got the PC. I don't understand how they're trying to do it. Like
Microsoft wants that cut. They want that.
They don't want to give that money to Steam. They want to keep that.
And I think it's because right now Xbox One isn't doing as well as they thought it would. They're trying to get a cut from everything now. And like I understand this makes business sense for them, but in the long run, how's it going to affect them? And now,
this is future proofing, right?
It also makes sense in the fact that if you want to have like that cross play, cross buy functionality, that's not going to work from Steam, right? That's got to be in the Microsoft Store if it's going to work.
Yeah. In that way, with Quantum Break, you can buy the Xbox One version or pre-order, and you get the Windows 10 version. They're kind of trying to make that one unification and get people into there.
Now,
I don't know how
I'm
it's going
down
to
with
work out
that,
for
though.
them.
I like that.
The other aspect of it, the upgradable parts, like you were talking about, this could be a disaster for console
It's
because
great.
it's so many, like there's so many things that like you don't even know. Like when you upgrade something to console, right? What do you got upgrading for? Speed? If you're going speed, is one console could be running 60 frames per second, while the other one's not going to reach it? If so, like, are you going to separate the community online?
That's
like,
what
how is
do.
it? How's
fragment the
it
community.
going to do? Like, how are you going to do it? And also, are you going to have specific updates if you have this in your Xbox? And if you don't have that, or we're going to give you this update, how are they going to provide help for all the people that have all different devices? If that's,
I assume it's going to work something. It would work something like iOS or Android, where they continually are updating the software. And if you have older legacy devices, you can still install that software, but some features aren't going to work because they're not hardware supported, and it's your device is going to feel slower and slower and slower as time moves on.
yeah, and
And that sucks. Imagine if you bought an Xbox today and in 2 years they have upgraded it twice. You want to play some Call of Duty, but your Call of Duty experience is going to be 30 frames per second. Everybody else is going to run at 60 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That blows.
Yeah.
and
That's not fair.
Briar, last week you said something most people say. The reason why people play console games is instead of PC is because it's just easy. It's simple. You just plug it in, you play. If you're doing all this stuff, it's no longer easy anymore.
It's not going to be simple.
All that stuff that used to be easy, it's no longer there anymore. Now you have to worry about, do I need to upgrade it for this game? Are they going to start making games that can only run if you have this upgrade and not if you don't? Like, I mean, look at Nintendo.
This model has never been successful either.
Sega CD.
Sega CD, 32X, Nintendo's upgrade memory module for Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
This has been tried, and it is
HDTV
not
for the
successful.
360, that didn't work out either.
Yeah, it's just been a mess, and like there's two aspects of it that's just a mess. The upgradable part, no, don't get me wrong. Like we just said before, like there is some cool features that could work with it, which is the cross-buy and stuff. Like that's a good feature that you could only probably get with this. But is that worth everything else? You know, that's the question, you know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I really don't know.
I like that they're thinking, they're getting these big ideas, right? And I don't think that this was supposed to be released to the public in the way it was. I don't, you know, it's clearly not a fully formed thought, right? This is him just spitting out ideas, kind of.
Yep.
But I think, you know, especially considering the press disaster they had in 2014 after their Xbox kind of announcement, they need to be more careful about this kind of thing because if they want the Xbox to be a brand moving forward, they need to get more fans than they have, and they need to pull some people back who were 360 fans. You know, a lot of people left the Microsoft ecosystem because of all that stuff, and this is scary stuff they're talking about.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
You want to buy an Xbox for $400 and then have to spend $100 a year to keep it
To
current?
get the new Xbox One. Yeah, that's
Right?
what they're going to call it.
It's pretty dangerous. Like I don't even know what add-ons you're gonna do. And plus, like if something goes wrong, are you gonna void a warranty now? Like with add-ons?
Well, they're not going to do it with this one. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's-
It
you
would be
can't
a
upgrade
new
this one.
iteration of the Xbox One, and
Yeah,
they'd
this
probably do things like
it'd be like the
upgrading
next
RAM.
console generation.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Do you think it's a next console, or do you think it's another version of this console? So like when Nintendo did the 3DS, is it going to be like the new 3DS, or they're going to completely move on to next console?
It's the new Xbox One?
Yeah, it's a new Xbox 2 1.5.
Oh, God.
Now, Phil Spencer's actually called it the Xbox 2. And man, that would be a really strange thing to see if they actually tried to release that with upgradability day one.
I do see what the problem is that they released this box that is outdated before it's even out, right? And there's no way to upgrade it, so it just gets worse and worse and worse. And if you look at the PC is constantly moving. It's a constantly moving target.
Yep.
And at this point, I think PCs have gotten so good at running games. It's not like it was back in the early 2000s or 90s where you could hit a target with an NES or SNES or a GameCube and kind of, you know, it stays relevant for a certain amount of time. The Xbox and the PS4 feel dated if you're a PC gamer.
How do you develop for that though? As a developer, how do you develop for that? What's your target?
I don't know
what
if you could.
Because you're not.
You don't
it's
know
not-
what the next thing is going to be.
It's no longer to be a lockdown console anymore, right? Because it
Yeah.
can't. You can't
Maybe
have a lockdown console.
maybe you have graphical settings like, you know, you include the high res version of the backgrounds or the, you know, like the, help me out here,
Yeah,
high res versions. What's that?
like the draw distance and like every like the
Yeah, you could
resolution.
have like the settings, you know,
Yeah.
like you would in a PC,
PC
game, but
settings.
instead of having them user accessible,
Textures,
if you put in the
VSync, all that
module, they would just open up, right,
Yeah.
automatically.
The thing is, though, they do that. They better get their customer support ready because people will be calling like crazy when something doesn't work right on a console. How are they going to tweak that out? Like, how are they going to
Yeah.
do patches, everything for each individual person? Like, it's easy, right? Something isn't working right, you got a driver or something like that. You download it from a computer. How are you going to do it on
That
a console?
sucks. Yeah, you're right. Well,
I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
Well, I think that if Microsoft does that, they're going to have to prove to people before this thing is released that it's even viable to buy. And it looks like from what Sony's doing this generation, they're going to release a PS5, which is just going to be a game system without all this crazy upgradability and updatability. So if that happens, I'm want to stick with the PS5. I mean, I don't want a gaming console that acts like a PC. If that's what I want, I'm going to just stick with a PC.
Especially because
if I
you're
wanna
going to confuse the
upgrade,
hell out of
update
consumers,
things.
right? That don't know these things. Like, you know, your average mom and dad is not going to know what this new Xbox is. They're not going to know the difference between the old one. You're just going to confuse people. Like, this isn't... I don't think this is a good idea at all. Like, they need to be really careful with their execution on this, because this could go really south for them.
No, Mom, I asked for the Wii U, not the Wii. I say,
You know how many people got screwed over with that? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That too. That's a really good point.
That was
People
cool.
thought the Wii U was just an add-on for the Wii. Anyways.
Ooh, okay. Continuing on, guys. Forza Motorsport 6 Apex announced coming to PC this spring as a free-to-play version of the Xbox One game. They're trying to really bring these PC and Xbox One gamers into this same little echo chamber and make them play with each other and love what Xbox is. I don't mind free-to-play games, man. Some of my favorite games are actually free-to-play. But I'm just not a racing fan, so screw you, Forza. There's still good news for people who are.
I can't wait till they join everyone together, you know, like where you get to play with all the Xbox players, because once there's a first-person shooter, they're going to be pissed off, every one of those Xbox Live players, because you're going to get destroyed with a mouse and keyboard, and that's a problem. So I don't know how they're going to do this.
I don't know if they would ever do something like that. Games like Street Fighter V, yeah, they can do that. But first-person shooters, the whole mechanic of the way that you look at the enemy, it's so intuitive and fast with a mouse and keyboard. And moving the analog of a controller, it moves at one particular speed.
Yeah.
You move your mouse as fast as you want to. And so
a few years ago, I bought Call of Duty. It wasn't Ghost. It was Black Ops. It was Black Ops. Was it Black Ops? Yeah, I think it was Black Ops for PC. Maybe it was Modern Warfare 3. I can't remember which one it was. I bought it for PC just on a lark. Try it out. PC players were garbage. I was wrecking face in there.
Were you playing mouse and keyboard? Really?
I started off on a gamepad because I don't use mouse and keyboard for gaming that much since I played Quake 3, and then I jumped on mouse and keyboard. It was not the same as playing on the Xbox 360. Really? The player base for those shooters for Call of Duty was on Xbox 360. Going in and playing on the PC, man, it was like these guys were running around with chickens with their heads cut off. I was making hay up in there.
I don't think as much people. I don't think as much people played Call of Duty like on PC as much like they do now. But like it was Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike is a different story, definitely.
Like
same old shit.
You can't do one of those shots where you're like sort of like twitching, like you can't do that at all with with a controller. And it just sick because it looks like they don't even see the people and they already shot and killed them already.
Yeah. I've seen these guys on YouTube who do these crazy kills with mouse and keyboard, and to me it's unbelievable how fast and how accurate it is, man.
Well, I remember playing Tribes 2 on PC, and people were jumping around, murking people from the air. I'm just like, this ain't my game, man. This ain't my game.
I heard you there, Briar.
Call of Duty, though, that was something else. So what do we got? Phil Spencer praises Sony and Naughty Dog on the upcoming Uncharted 4 at Thief's End. Xbox fans respond, and Phil handles the situation with complete class. How did he handle it?
I'll read it to you guys right now, because this story is awesome. I really wanted to talk about this. So, anyways, a fan asked Phil on Twitter, hey Phil, what game are you most excited for this year? So he responded with Gears of War 4. Then he goes on to say, I thought the Division beta was very good. People will block me for saying this, but Uncharted 4 will be a great game, I'm sure. And he also loved the Quantum Break story. So then, obviously, Xbox fans were pretty upset to hear that he's excited for this 4 game. So then, this guy goes on Twitter to say, Xbox head talking about how great Uncharted 4 will be, just waved the white flag already. This is embarrassingly sad to say. And then, this is the best response ever, what Phil says right here. He says, we should all applaud when a team does something special. Those who hope for a team to fail due to a platform aren't real gamers. Right there, Phil. You are the fucking
gamer
man.
power.
I love Phil for this. He is the man. He's so awesome. Goddamn.
That's awesome. That's why I like Phil, man. He keeps it real, and he's not pro Xbox against everybody else. He's for the games, and
he's just a fan of everyone. He wants to see the games industry succeed, and he's a great guy. Like he's so good at what he does. He's friendly, and he's respective of every company and every brand. Like I think he's an awesome guy to be leading the Xbox division.
Well, since we're talking about this subject real quick, Phil ruined on, Uncharted 4. Don't you guys think, like, if you really stop to think about it, do you know how lucky Sony is that they did well this time, this generation? Do you realize that
it's to float their whole company?
If this did not happen, there will only be Xbox it'll only be Xbox. Oh, wait, there's Nintendo too, sorry. Yeah. I forgot about Nintendo, but there's there too. But it'll really just be Microsoft and their Xbox console, which is kind of crazy because Sony is the team that needed it and they got it, which is it's just funny how it worked out like that.
So lucky for Sony as a company, like as a huge company, man, they were.
Yeah, they were. Totally.
They were in.
PlayStation 4 saved them as a company.
Pretty much Mark Cerny, right? It was all his idea. Most of it.
He's the man.
Call of Duty 2016 is confirmed to have its gameplay debut at E3 2016. Activision has also confirmed that Sony will once again have early DLC with this year's game. All right, so we got to wait till E3 to see Call of Duty 2016, huh? So we're
good to hear.
Well, we'll see it before then, but this is like they're going to debut new gameplay, is what they said. Like, this isn't even the first gameplay, necessarily. They're just confirming it'll be at E3.
I haven't seen any gameplay, period, so it might be the first.
It could be, yeah, but I'm sure, obviously, there will be an
Usually they release single player before E3. Like,
yeah.
They do.
show
They announce the game in
April
April around. Yeah, always, every year.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is bad news because it got delayed for 2 weeks. Uncharted 4 has been delayed again until May 10th.
What the fuck?
Gotta fucking wait.
I'm selling my PS4.
What am I going to do for 14 days, man?
2 weeks! 2 weeks!
The fourth time, right? Isn't it delayed the fourth time?
And if it doesn't get delayed again after this.
This actually burns a little bit worse, guys. Mass Effect Andromeda has been delayed till Q1 2017.
Wow.
How long has it been since Mass Effect 3?
4 years.
This game better be good. This game better be damn good. All right, continuing on. No Man's Sky will be releasing on June 21st for the PS4 and PC. This game will cost $59.99.
I'm a little surprised that it's full price, because I think we all thought it was either going to be, like a regular indie game, $20, or it'd be maybe a little more than that. I'm a little surprised to hear it's full price, but I don't know. I'm still looking forward to it.
I want to see the content first before, I want to know what
We're
they
all
got
nervous.
I don't really care what it costs. I'm buying this thing day one.
Damn right.
Like,
hey, Briar, I'm with you.
I think we're all nervous, though, about how it's going to turn out. The final.
I have
I
no
just
idea
watched
what I'm going to be doing in this game or how long I'm going to be playing it, but I'm so interested in this game.
Well,
Yeah,
Kevin
me
with
too.
the Not Too Nerdy team actually did an interview with the company that's developing this game, and he got to play for a few hours and said it's his most anticipated game now. It's the most incredible thing he's played in a very, very long time. And I'm really a big fan of the Kind of Funny crew, and I believe what they say. So that's kind of a positive or a plus on that side for me. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Do you guys realize that like the pricing right is like I don't think they could call this game like an indie game. This is no longer that. This is way more big budget now than it started out to be, which is kind of shocking. It started out like a small budget team and a small game, and it turned out to something bigger.
4 people on that team.
It has look at it, it's the whole universe.
Yeah.
So
More people make the fucking universe. Okay, guys. And the reason I'm going through this fast is because we're kind of over our time, and I'm trying to squeeze this together. Six Flags and Samsung have partnered together to create the world's first virtual reality roller coaster. Now, I saw a little news snippet on this. I'm really excited for what it is, but I'm curious: is it going to be an actual roller coaster that you put goggles on?
It
or
is.
will
Yeah,
be
you have
a
the Gear
room
VR,
that you get
which I
into?
have. Yeah.
So it's an actual roller coaster.
Yeah.
You actually get on. I was thinking more Universal Studios type of big black room. You go sit down, and
Like the moving platform thing.
yeah, and you got
Yeah.
wind blowing in your face and stuff. Okay,
So the idea of this is it's like an actual normal roller coaster, but then you wear the Samsung Gear VR, which is what I have. You wear that headset with the phone inside, and then that's what you're looking at while you're riding the coaster. So you're kind of like turning and tossing around, and then you're looking at like this VR exploration in space. Like this could be really neat. I think this sounds.
it would be
you
cool.
better
if
have
you-
some antibiotics for those goggles.
Wouldn't you rather just go on a regular roller coaster? Though?
And what happens? What happens
I don't know.
if, God forbid, there's some crazy accident and your car gets dislodged from the track and you're falling, but you think you're flying?
God, can you imagine? No one even knows that they're falling to their death because you're looking in space. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what would be cool? They should do this, all right? They should have plenty of different things for you to choose, so your experience will be different for
Different
someone
from
else.
the next guy.
And then you
Oh,
actually
yeah.
choose it, and you go on a ride. So then after the
That could be
ride, you're like,
cool.
oh, I chose this one. This is awesome. You got to try it next time. So the next time you go, the same ride, it's like a different ride.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
And you have three for. Oh, that's a great idea. They're going to steal that from you
they
next.
change it up.
just-
That would be incredible.
It's called the Total Recall.
Yeah.
Okay. Continuing on, Nintendo is allegedly funding development of Beyond Good and Evil 2. It will be exclusive to the NX.
Again,
It's been 4
Beyond Good and
years.
Evil 2 confirmed again
Yeah,
Apparently, it's still
for
happening.
like the 8th time in the last 10 years.
yeah. It's been 10 years too. Good for them. It's good to hear Nintendo might be getting some exclusivity deals. It's been kind of bad for them, so way to go, Nintendo.
Is NX
So
confirmed
allegedly.
yet or no?
It's allegedly.
Set up.
We don't fucking know. The Division Year 1 content has been fully detailed. Robbie, you want to run through this real quick?
Yep, let me open this up. All right. So, this is basically all the content coming to the game, both with paid expansions and free updates. So when the game launches on March 8th, the first piece of content we'll be getting will be in April. It will be an update called Incursions. It will add endgame content designed for teams of 4 players to fight seemingly unstoppable enemies for high-level loot. The update will also add loot trading, which will allow players in the same squad to trade loot collected during co-op
Awesome.
sessions. The next free update, titled Conflict, will follow then in May, and brings a new Dark Zone feature as well as an incursion into New York's Columbus Circle. Ubisoft also went into further detail about the 3 paid expansions that were announced earlier this year. Firstly, Underground will release in June, and sends players to hunt enemies in the tunnels and subways that run under Manhattan. The second expansion, Survival, released later in the summer, and adds a horde mode style of gameplay, challenging players to survive for as long as possible in a very hostile environment. Finally, Last Stand will arrive this winter and tasks players with a new relentless threat. So, that's pretty much the Year 1 content for the Division. What do you guys think?
I think it sounds hot, man. I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah.
to know that there's going to be like continued support for this game, and it sounds like it's going to be coming out fast and furious too.
Yeah.
Like,
Guys,
I'm
some
excited the fact that they're saying it's Year 1. That excites me right there, because that tells me they're going to have...
that indicates
Yeah,
that year
take it-
2 will be next year.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first game to take the Destiny model and do something awesome with it. I think we're going to see much more of this in the future from developers, man. They know this is a
Sounds
great way to
dope.
have a continuous stream of money coming in, and as long as the content's engaging, I'm super excited. I think the Division's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
I
Just
feel
start
like
talking, not too nerdy.
I feel like they're definitely taking out, like they're trying to take out Destiny. I feel like
Oh
this
yeah,
is taking the
their
audience for
sights are
Destiny.
aimed at Destiny.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
they
what
are.
it seems like. It really seems like everything about this is sort of like what they're. I mean, obviously different game, different style of game. I'm just saying, like, it just
Yeah.
seems like they're trying to take the audience, so the same exact audience that plays Destiny. I mean,
Did you see the advertisements they had this week?
the end of the day,
I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean they referenced Destiny right in the advertisements. But yeah, they were. I can't remember the specific quotes, but
Blows
the
Destiny
quotes
out of the
were
water. That was
taken
one
from
quote.
articles
Yep.
that were out of context too. Like, you know,
Holy
like
crap.
one of the articles said like this had an even bigger beta than Destiny.
Yeah.
And they put in the advertisement bigger than Destiny, like
Wow.
you know, like that kind of
That's
thing.
what they said.
Well,
yeah.
a telling sign, guys, is that Briar Rabbit's excited about this game.
I've been
He's
excited for this game. You guys know this. I've been excited for this game since 2014 when we first saw it. Like, this game looks amazing. We got to play the beta. It plays really well. I'm looking forward to getting, a group together, going in, exploring, fighting through these like, massive, whatever is offered. Like, I don't know what the end game is going to be for this game. I don't know if I'm going to be playing it like I am Destiny for like years on end. But I am excited for this game. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
And I
let me-
love the fact too that they're adding these paid expansions with lots of content, but then they're having free endgame updates. That's awesome. I love that they're doing this. They're really respecting the player with this, and I think this just sounds good to keep the game alive.
I'm gonna predict what's gonna happen in the future. We're all gonna be playing, and you're gonna be like, "Where the hell is Not Too Nerdy?" Oh yeah, he's looting someone right now. That's all we're gonna do. Loot like the whole time.
Well, I found it interesting. One of the updates is that they're going to change the way the Dark Zone operates. So like
Really?
we're going to have the Dark Zone,
Yeah.
and then the Dark Zone's going to change at some point. So that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm excited for this game. I've been excited for this game for a long time. It's coming out in. I mean,
2
if you've got
days.
a box copy, you can play it tomorrow,
Yeah.
and if not, then you can play it in 2 days or less than 2 days, like 36 hours.
I'm grabbing mine, I think. It's
Finally time.
Tomorrow night, I'm going to be on Division as soon as it unlocks. I cannot wait to play with you guys. That is going to be awesome.
Yeah, like I'm gonna burn through that story. I can't wait to see what the end game is, and I can't wait to start like looting everything. I like the way you can go into missions and just play them over and over again to like farm for loot. I like that. That's fun to me.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the 4 of us can get a fire team going.
We better.
and just like we can play in the Dark Zone, we can play in the regular game, and some of my greatest memories from Destiny still are playing with Not Too Nerdy and Inner Black Ninja, like those first few days when we didn't know anything about the game. The whole world was fresh and brand new.
Yeah.
There's still some of my best memories about Destiny, and we're about to have that all over again in the Division. I'm really excited for it.
Really
All
excited
right,
to
guys.
enter right now.
I'm down. I'm down. So if you guys accept me as a friend, I will run with thee. Now,
Of
finishing
course,
up.
Nico.
Shut up, Bobby. Finishing up our last little bit of news for the week, and this is going to touch Mr. Rabbit right in the heart. Oculus Rift will be available for Mac once Apple decides to make a good computer, says Oculus CEO and founder Palmer Luckey.
Yep, that's exactly what he said. He said the MacBook Pro, their strongest computer, still doesn't have a good enough GPU for it. They will release Oculus Rift on Mac once the computer's good enough. That's as simple as it is.
It has Intel onboard graphics in that MacBook, and yeah.
Yikes. Sorry, Briar.
Bruh.
Bruh,
He just
Bruh.
struck a stake right through your heart.
At least my computer works.
Oh,
How many times have you replaced your PC lately, Beasley? In the last
All my
3 years,
PCs are
how many
here.
PCs have you had to buy?
I bought two. I bought this one and my last one. Just one.
One Mac.
All right.
One Mac.
There could be only one. You know what? Windows 10 is a nice operating system. It really is good. And Windows 8 was hot fucking garbage, though.
Utter whole sticks. It was pretty bad.
All right. So that's going to do it, guys.
all right.
All right.
All
Sounds
right.
good. What's everyone
Whatever.
doing next
Whatever.
week? You know what I mean? What are people doing next week?
That's all
All
right.
right.
You're just going to end it like that?
I'm playing the Division. I hope I'm playing it with you guys. I'm going to be streaming the shit out of it, too.
What
So,
platform? I have it on both, but what platform?
well, I think this is a PS4 crowd, so
Yeah.
I think we're going to
Let's
be
the
playing it
fuck outta
together
here,
on PS4.
Phil Spencer.
I'm going to be playing it on Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah, me too. I'm
But with you guys, I'll be playing it probably on PS4 or
I'm
something.
doing PC and PS4. And it
Tomorrow
looks
night,
like
guys.
that's literally the message I just got from my email saying that it's going through. It's being shipped. I thought it was supposed to be here on Tuesday for Amazon. How is it being shipped today? It's kind of crazy.
Amazon is full of crap. Those
That
FedEx
makes
guys
sense,
won't even
right?
come to your door, and they'll
2-day
say
delivery.
they've been there. Bastards.
I don't know. Hopefully they're a day early. Who knows?
The
Maybe.
Division. It's a date, guys. Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to be up at midnight. I'm going to sleep all day on Monday and just wake up at midnight and start playing.
Unfortunately, guys, I got a lot of stuff to do this week. I'm going to play with you for sure, but I got
Fuck
some
your
prepar-
responsibilities. The
I'm
Division,
going on
dude.
a cruise, brother.
Dude, fuck that cruise. How did you schedule a cruise for the Division release date?
What is wrong with
It's
you,
called the
Beastly
Division.
Gamer?
I'm going to be dividing
You
myself.
fucked
into
up, bro. You fucked up.
But I'll definitely be on with you guys. I'm looking forward to that shit.
All right. That's going to do it for this week's Beastly Thoughts live show. Is this episode 101 or 102?
102.
Oh, okay. I mistitled it.
We'll be live next week, guys, with episode 103 every week. Every Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, we come to you live. Just wanted
Unless
to say
it's
thank
something
you all
like
so much.
Christmas or the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Then
unless we're away,
not so
just
much.
check Twitter and we'll tell you if we're not going to be doing the
Or-
show
or a
for every
cruise.
week. Every Sunday, we'll be live at 3 p.m. So thank you all very much.
I will be alive next Sunday at 6 p.m. in America. Nobody cares about Canada, Robbie.
So they say Eastern
You
time.
guys, it's
What
East
the hell,
Coast.
man?
It still
At
counts
3
for you.
p.m.
3 p.m. Pacific time. That's what I said. You guys are a bunch of dicks, and I still reiterate that.
We're still live, Robbie.
Unfortunately.
All right. I'm going to stop the stream.
You didn't stop it already?
No, he got the best part.
That's so good, man.